Let's bring in now Republican Congressman Jeff Van Drew of New Jersey, member of the House Judiciary and Transportation and Infrastructure Committees. Congressman, good to see you. Good morning to you. So we've got leaders in Illinois and Chicago that are calling the president a dictator and saying that there's nothing to see here, no crime. Crime is actually on the downward swing here. But I want to put up some really startling stats that I think that has made a lot of folks' jaws drop. This is the weekend in Chicago, and this is really the heartbeat of the city. You can see hour by hour, those yellow dots is every single time someone gets shot, I believe. And then the red dots is when someone dies. So over this weekend, 6 people were dead, 27 hurt. And the homicide rate in Chicago is awful, 21.8, and Baltimore as well, 35.6. So, Congressman, the president is going a little bit back and forth on this, on whether or not he'll send in the National Guard. Do you think that he should go in now, or do you think he should be invited?
Well, I wish he would go in, and I'm going to tell you why. We're Americans. In America, all of us should be able to walk around and be free and safe in any city in this great country. It's abominable that literally in the United States of America in today's times that most of our cities are not safe. And I love when they quote the statistics. You know what they're doing there? They're indicting less. They're convicting less. They're releasing people more. They're not charging them. They're doing anything they can. The police are doing their job. But then you have the left-wing judges, the left-wing administrations, the left-wing prosecutors on the ultra-left. And you know what I don't get most of all? Whatever political designation you are, why would you want your city to be unsafe? Why would you want your children hurt? Why would you want your seniors hurt? Why would you want to be scared to walk around day or night? I don't get it. It's perverse. It's really weird.
Well, as Jackie was laying this out, it becomes a little bit of a legal question here, because as I understand it, maybe you can help me understand this in our audience, is that if the president calls up the National Guard to Chicago, I believe that they can protect federal buildings, but it would be very difficult for them to do what they're doing here in D.C. Am I right?
Yeah, that's our understanding, but that's what they're going through now. Pam Bondi and others are really looking at this. They're analyzing to see how they can do it. It is also supposed to be an emergency before you go in. It is an emergency. Let me tell you, you want to walk on the south side of Chicago at night with no protection, tell me that it's not an emergency. It is. And it's not only Chicago. It's in almost every big city in our country now, between the homeless, between criminal illegals. Forget that they're illegal. There are so many illegals that are put back on the street, that are committing assaults, that are committing violent crimes, that are hurting children and families. I mean, this is unbelievable stuff. So if they can find the entranceway to do that, city by city, I'd like to see it happen. I don't know why it should need to be done other than the horrendous leadership. For some reason, and I'm saying this is accurate, it's hard to believe, the ultra-left, the people on the left side, the left-wing Democrats, want to have our cities be this way. They want it to be unsafe. It's anarchy. It doesn't make sense. So I hope they can do it. I think there is a legal way to get in there.
Let me read this political headline here. I think it rings true with this political war that the Democrats have found themselves in with the president. And it reads this: on crime, Trump has Democrats right where he wants them. If the president's recent escalation was an attempt to goad Democrats into declaring that crime isn't a problem, they did not disappoint him. And I wonder, when you all return to Capitol Hill next week, you know, the president would like to see some of these changes that are happening in D.C. codified into law. I wonder if this is an opportunity for Republicans to get Democrats on the record. Do you see some of these bills that your colleagues like Andy Biggs are putting forth being put on the floor just to see how Democrats vote?
I'd like to see them on the floor. I'd like to see how they vote. I want to see it in hearings. I'm the chairman of the Oversight Subcommittee in Judiciary, and we're going to really look into this. There's so many ways that we have the Democrats where they want to be. They want open borders. They want biological men competing in women's sports. They want children to be able to decide their sex, their name, their pronouns without any parental involvement whatsoever. They want to release bad people back into our cities without putting them in jail jail and punishing them for what they've done. All of it. When America finds out what they really stand for, I don't know how you could support that. It's bizarre, it's weird, it's unnatural, and I don't care if people say I shouldn't say that. It really is. All these issues, and now this crime issue most of all. For God's sake, in a free country, the one thing you deserve is to be able to be safe.
That is true. To be an American, you do deserve to be safe every single day, no matter where you live in this country. Congressman, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you when you're back on the Hill.
Thank you, Aisha.
Okay.